if you haven't watched the Use Automation for Success video, check the link out, go watch that one first. This is kind of like a follow-up to that one. There was more information I was saying that I wanted to add to that one, but I couldn't think because I didn't have my notes and I didn't write it. Well, I had my notes, but I didn't write them down in the timeline thing. So I was kind of stumbling there for a little bit. This is an addition onto that one, or you can just use it, as in just a video just to learn how to use your website. But I highly recommend you check out the Use Automation for Success video first. So I took a little break. I'm back and I've got two things here that are of noticeable difference from that last video. One, I've got this amazing new flower. My daughter was outside with me. I had lunch outside with her and she picked me a bunch of flowers, and this is the one that got to stay in my hair. So we've got that, and then I've got this amazing cup here with some ice and water and some ketones. So to know what ketones are, easiest way to tell you is look at the comments below. You're going to get so much energy, so much focus just by giving the 10-day trial pack out. Giving 10 days of your time to do the trial pack. It's a supplement, so you add it to water, you shake it up and drink it. Right now I've got in the lemonade one. What is it? Raspberry lemonade, and it is delicious. All right, so that stuff will be in the comments, so you'll be able to go to see the Use Automation for Success, and you'll get to do the 10-day challenge pack on this thing and whatever else that I add in there as I tell you this information that's going to be helpful and useful and that you could share. And let's get started. So how to use your website? Well, obviously you use a website to promote yourself, right? That's what most people do. However, websites are dead, so you don't want to put all your traffic into websites. And there's some key reasons why. First, let me get a sip of this and I'll tell you why. All right, let's put this aside because this is serious work. So we're going to talk some serious stuff. I've been an entrepreneur online since the early 2000s, before there was Google, before there was YouTube, before there was really any interface. There was nothing. The land of dial-up, the land of knowing your IP address, the world of Linux, and we could name Oracle and JavaScript and CSS and HTML. So the very beginning. And throughout that time, I have had over hundreds of websites, from different companies that I started and I founded, to partnerships, to helping others develop their own presence online, to just like testing out new features and software just as like a learning thing. Many trials and errors, and a huge learning experience at the end of the day. The reason why you don't want to use your website as your primary source, but it is important to have, let me throw that in there, so you don't use it as like your main go-to, right? It is valuable, but not for the reason you might be thinking. I don't want you to put all your traffic into your website. Reasoning for that is because a website can be quite overwhelming with your information, with your bio, with the products, with the events, with your follow-up contact information, with your social media, with your images, and it goes on and on and on. Ask yourself this simple question. When I go to a website, how long do I stay? And be truthful here. If you've never been to this website before, how long do you stay? And then if you've been to this website before, how long do you stay? I mean, what do you go in there for? What do you look for? Why are you there? And then how long do you stay? Well, that's how people are going to act towards your website. So you're not going to stay very long. If you don't see what you came in for, you're going to instantly back out, go to the next page. If your content isn't shown on the first page on a search term in Google or another browser, which I don't know who uses any other browser half the time. Anyways, I don't know. In the comments, if you use a different browser other than Google Chrome, which one do you use? And then if you don't use like Google search, which one do you use? I'm kind of curious. Back in the day, I really liked Yahoo, but as it's like deteriorated and Google was taking over, and there was a no-brainer. Google was a much better search engine. My personal opinion. You can list yours below on what you use. All right, so you're not gonna like fight for your space unless you are developing an amazing product. If you are like an online store, it's just a huge waste of time for you. If you are a business that doesn't need to focus on the traffic going into your website to buy the product, you can do this all through things like ClickFunnels or another landing page software where you can easily promote a product or a service or an event as it comes in. And then it's just a one-pager that says, hey, you saw my ad or you saw my social media content and I talked about my events, and this is one page on the event, and that's it. Now ask yourself, if that happens, if you actually went to somebody's social media, you saw this amazing event, it sounded really cool, it looked really awesome, and you clicked on the link and it went to a one-page description on what it is, what you can learn, the problems that it will solve, and then how to buy it. Wouldn't that be less stressful and easier to follow because it's just one page, right? You would most likely read the whole thing, right? Because it's all based on what exactly you came there for. Again, you don't need a website to bring in all your traffic as like the source. However, you do need a website, and this is why. You need it to give yourself authority online. It is a huge importance if you're going to do any type of marketing online that you have a website. This way, as Google or Yahoo or whatever search browser you're using or search engine you're using, make sure you do put in the comments which one that is. I am totally curious on anybody that uses another search engine that's not Google, and then why? I'm curious about this. Even Firefox was good. That's a search browser. You can list your search browser you use and the search engine. Right now, I just do everything through Google, Google Chrome, Google search engines, and I use like all the extensions because they're amazing through Google Chrome. That could be a whole other video, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so oh, by the way, when I do make that other video for Google Chrome, make sure you check out this video because I'll post the link below. Okay, so back to the subject. Which one, excuse me, how to use your website. See, I get tongue-tied. I get tongue-tied a lot. I'm looking at my notes here, and there's two questions I want to address. Right now, we're still on how to use your website, but we're also talk about which one do you use. All right, so how do you use your website? So you're going to use it to have presence. So as people type in your name or your company or your service, you're going to instantly pop up as that term because you are relevant, right? You might not come up for every other term under the sun under your category, or none of them at all because you're not very good at SEO, or you don't put like your whole life blood into that, or you don't hire full-time people to take care of that, or you just don't have like 2 years of investing in that kind of stuff. Totally understandable. Been there, done that. So You just need it for authority. So whatever your products or service, whatever is your brand, you want to make sure it has a website, and that is gonna build trust, which trust is the first sign of working with somebody. So make the website for just you. Make sure that you have some details about you, a way to contact you. That could even be just a phone number. It doesn't have to be a form or an email thing. Uh, List like some events that you've done. Maybe you want to have a little bit of a little blog or a page just on your social media stuff. But as you build onto your website, it's really just for you, just so you can go, oh my God, I totally forgot that I had a blog and I need to like do some articles because I want to post it out to like these press release. And it'd be really good if I had the contents already here. So think outside your website too, and, building that connection. Or, hey, I have this amazing bio I wrote. It's on my website. I don't have to think about it. It's right here. Cut, paste, and submit it. Or, hey, I totally, forgot that I had these other social media accounts and they're linked to this other account I had. And, I can follow up on that because I haven't done that in a while. Because there's so many people that lose track of their social media, like names and stuff, especially if they have a bunch of them, which we'll make another video on that too. So look for that in the comment. Branding is important. And there's tips and tricks on that you need to know. So I'll make a video for that too. So look in the comments after you're done with this one. Make sure you like this video, make sure you follow this page, and check out the videos. Okay, so which one do you use? There's a gazillion different websites, web services, everything. So to buy your web name, right, you would go to GoDaddy, pay to have them set up the email, get your little free little web page as a starter thing. It's good for like 15 days. Of course, the time you're watching this, they might not offer that anymore. You might have to go a different route, which is super simple to get any service connected with GoDaddy. Just ask GoDaddy for help. Just call them, ask them, because they're so helpful. The customer service is amazing. I've been doing business with them for a very long time. I don't even know how many years. I couldn't even speculate. Over 10. So yeah, a long time. So I have all my domains on GoDaddy. Super easy to see. I can change the DNS, which if you don't know what that is, go look it up on GoDaddy or search. And then I have my email addresses set up through them, but as the actual name of my website. So it's super easy to keep it all consistent. And GoDaddy is good about keeping things organized. So which one do you use though to make your website? So if you don't want to use the GoDaddy software to make a website, it's super easy, by the way. It's a lot of drag and drop and just type in real fast and be done. It's super, super, super easy. However, there's not much flexibility there. You can't take payments, at least at the time of making this video, you can't. But you can add videos, images, you can add contact forms, and it looks really nice. But there's not much flexibility on linking other like systems if you were doing like a shopping cart, or if you were doing a bunch of different downloads, or you were doing mostly blog posts. It might not be the best for you. WordPress is amazing for a lot of things. However, it can be a huge headache. I've had many of WordPress site. I even helped others at one time build their own custom WordPress sites. However, no longer are the days of WordPress sites for me, other than there's one project I'm thinking that I might take on, but just as a personal thing. But no, now that I think about it, I think I'm pretty done with WordPress, honestly. It is just a nightmare with the plugins, with not having them work a certain way, with the clutter on the back end. It is just not fun. It is so stressful. It's easy, but stressful. And then you got to pay for all the little plugins to work and stuff. Like I said, it's a huge headache. Go and do yourself a favor. If you want something that's easy, that's nice looking, that can take payments, that you can put downloadables in, you want to get Shopify because it can link to your Amazon account if you have like some kind of product or something that you're listing on Amazon. You can list it to your Facebook, you can list it to your Instagram, and that would have to be a totally different video. But there is already integration in Facebook for Facebook shoppings for Shopify. Same with Instagram. There's also a way you can sell products right off of Instagram to go through your Shopify account. And same with Amazon. Amazon and Shopify work perfectly together. You can easily link them together. So I recommend, and I have been a long time user of Shopify too, and I have no complaints. So totally do the Shopify route. It's easy, it's quick, you can easily get it started. Of course, there is a cost, but it's not overwhelming, and you don't have to hire like a private designer or anything else to do that. Last resort on, getting a personal web page is go ahead and get a Square account. I've had a Square account for multiple different little projects, even when I was doing on-site commerce stuff, like selling products in person. I always had a Square account to quickly take orders and track my inventory. However, like I said, it's not the most perfect. It's usually very bland, not very businessy looking, but it gets the job done and it's simple. So for last case resort, if you just have some products that you want to sell online and offline, you don't want to handle much of like the design or the feel of the website. If there's nothing else you want to put in it, like your contact information, like links to your social media, like blog posts, then go with Square. Square is just products. It's selling straight from the Square system. And it's just easy because you only have one reason to be there. However, again, your website shouldn't be a place that you're pushing all your traffic to. If you are doing the Square or something like e-commerce, you can build a funnel or a click funnel or a landing page that is going to basically sell a product and then give them the direct link to that product and page. So another tip for you, just because you made it to the end of this video and you're amazing, use a bit.ly link on all your links. So you can easily track what ClickFunnel that people are fully going through and clicking on the link to go over to that product. So it's just a little quick way to do that. It's nothing super fancy. Then BitLink will look at how many people clicked it, and then you can easily see if your ClickFunnels is working from the ClickFunnels site, from the back end, from that. But you can also see if they're actually clicking the link. So I hope that helped you guys and why you need a website and what the heck are you going to do with it. Also, the different types of websites and where to buy a domain. If you like this video, make sure that you do like it. You leave comments on any questions that can be addressed in further videos, and you check out the comments on the other videos I said that I will be making for you. Again, so grateful to have you. Make sure that you follow and turn on the notifications. My name is Amena Thornton, and I'll see you soon.